Why the tortoise shell is cracked. A long time ago, when animals could talk, the tortoise, known as Mbe in Igbo language, was known as the wisest creature in land, but also the most cunning and greedy. One day, the birds of the forest decided to host a grand feast in the sky to celebrate the harvest. All the animals were invited except for the tortoise, who was notorious for his tricks. When Tortoise heard about the feast, he desperately wanted to attend. He devised a plan and approached the birds. "My dear friends," he said humbly, "I have changed my ways. I am no longer greedy or cunning. But let me join you at the feast in the sky. After all, I am part of this community too." The birds were hesitant but felt pity for the tortoise, so they agreed to help him. Since the tortoise could not fly, each bird donated a feather, and Tortoise crafted a pair of colorful wings for himself. When the day of the feast arrived, Tortoise flew with the birds to the sky. On the way, he began scheming. "In your culture," he told the birds, "you honor visitors by giving them new names. As I am your guest, I will take the name all of you." The birds agreed, thinking nothing of it. When they reached the feast, the host presented the food and announced, "This feast is for all of you." Tortoise, taking advantage of his chosen name, stood up and declared, "As I am all of you, the food belongs to me." He greedily ate almost everything, leaving only scraps for the birds. Furious, the birds realized they have been tricked. They snatched their feathers back, leaving Tortoise stranded in the sky without his wing. Tortoise begged for mercy. The birds refused and flew away, leaving him to fall to the earth. Tortoise called out to the hard objects below, asking them to soften his fall, but none would help. Finally, he landed on a pile of rocks, and his shell cracked into many pieces. Ashamed of his greed, Tortoise gathered the broken pieces of his shell and asked the blacksmith to pat them together. From that day on, the tortoise shell have remained cracked as a reminder of the consequence of greed and trickery. The moral of this story is, the story teaches that selfishness and deceit will ultimately lead to downfall. It also emphasizes the importance of humility, sharing, and living honest within a community. Please drop your own comment.